Previously on Dragon Ball Shinken, at the request of Shinken, who was deeply concerned for Zeno's life, Goku and Vegeta head to planet Cumber to eliminate the Saiyan known as the God Killer, responsible for the deaths of all the gods of destruction and bent on eradicating the entire divine hierarchy of the multiverse. Upon their arrival on the planet, Goku and Vegeta had to contend with an entire army of evil Saiyans before finally reaching the castle of King Cumber. But before they could begin their battle with Cumber, the 12 gods of destruction arrive, all of them under the evil influence of Cumber's power. What will happen? Will Goku and Vegeta have to face all 12 gods of destruction from this reality? Can they win? Find out now. Episode 18. The battle against the gods of destruction begins. Surrounded by the 12 Hakaishin who gaze at them with ravenous expressions, Goku and Vegeta are in shock. What does this mean? Weren't they all dead? Vegeta questions. Well, I've been to planet Namek recently, Cumber begins to explain. Using the Dragon Balls of that planet, I made some very convenient wishes. First, I wished to know your origins, something that piqued my curiosity. My second wish was for the dragon called Porunga to bring me all the Dragon Balls that exist in all the universes. But he said he couldn't do that because it was beyond his magical abilities. But he could bring me all the orbs present in Universe 7. Lastly, I wished to instantly learn the language of all dragons, so I could make a wish to all of them. After Cumber explained all of this, Goku recalls the Dragon Balls that existed on planet Cereal, realizing that just as there were orbs on that planet, there must be others in different parts of the universe. Vegeta, speaking to Cumber, asks if he needed all the Dragon Balls to bring back the 12 gods of destruction. Cumber says that not all dragons can resurrect more than one person at a time, and in the case of the immensely powerful gods of destruction, it's even more complicated. There were dragons that could grant up to 10 wishes, but they had enough magical energy to resurrect only one Hakaishin. In other cases, he needed to combine the magical powers of 2 or more dragons to resurrect a god, and so on. But did I use all the wishes to bring back the gods, or did I use them for something else? Cumber asks with a sly smile, leaving a mischievous mystery hanging in the air, irritating Goku and Vegeta. The evil Saiyan King continues his explanation. Once the gods were resurrected, it was easy for me to simply dominate them with my energy, since unlike Vegeta, they didn't possess the necessary ability to destroy my energy once it was inside their bodies. Goku tries to provoke Cumber, saying that if he's a true Saiyan, he would want to defeat his enemies with his own hands, not by ordering others to do it. Cumber laughs at this and replies that he may be a Saiyan, but he's not a foolish one. He acknowledges that Goku and Vegeta are still too mysterious to him, and his victory is not assured. So he wants to learn more about them and evolve further to defeat them. The 12 gods of destruction begin to emanate their energies more intensely, indicating that the confrontation is about to begin. Goku and Vegeta stand back to back facing their adversaries. Goku comments that if they are possessed by Cumber's energy, they are definitely stronger than they would normally be. Vegeta agrees, but then smiles and says that at least this makes the fight more interesting. Goku also smiles, agreeing. Hellas is the one to start the battle, magically summoning her battle bow and shooting an arrow at the two of them. Goku and Vegeta dodge it while separating, letting the arrow fly straight through, destroying a wall of the castle and heading far away. Vegeta counters by charging towards the goddess to land a punch on her, but Hellas simply stands still and lets Sidra, who steps in front of her, protect both of them with his shield. Vegeta's punch is blocked by Sidra's shield, and then Jin takes the opportunity to attack Vegeta from behind. But Goku prevents the attack with a flying kick that pushes the god of destruction from Universe 12 out of the castle. Sidra dispels his shield to counterattack Vegeta, but Vegeta blocks his strike and counterattacks with a move that sends Sidra and Hellas out of the castle. At the same time, Arak tries to strike Goku, but Goku grabs his arm, maneuvers the body of the god of destruction from Universe 5, and throws him at Quaitela, the god of destruction from Universe 4, who was coming to attack, but is also thrown out of the castle. Belma charges at Goku, but he is hit by a blast of energy from Vegeta that also sends him out of the castle. However, Vegeta is soon taken out of the building himself, as he receives a joint flying kick from Beerus and Champa, who carry him outside. Rumshi from Universe 10 runs toward Goku, ready to strike him and carry the Saiyan out as well. But Goku skillfully performs a somersault over him, and launches the elephant deity out with an energy blast. Simultaneously, he also sends the robot deity Moscow out with another energy blast, as Moscow tries to seize the opportunity to catch him in the air. However, Goku can't avoid Ivan and Likir, who reach him with a punch and a kick before he lands. Goku defends against the attacks, but he's still carried out of the castle by the force of the duo's attack. When Goku reaches the sky outside the castle, he sees a chaotic battle raging between Vegeta and the other Hakaishans, with explosions filling the sky. Iwan and Likir exit the castle and continue their sequence of attacks against Goku, who struggles to dodge and defend against their blows. But he has to put in even more effort when Moscow and Rumshi join the fray. Surrounded by 4 gods of destruction attacking from all sides, Goku finds himself at a significant disadvantage. He disappears from their midst with instant transmission and reappears at another point to attack with a Kamehameha that would hit all 4. However, they react quickly and release 4 waves of power simultaneously, easily overpowering Goku's Kamehameha, forcing him to dodge. Goku also has to dodge Belmod, who arrives from behind with a flying kick, only narrowly missing thanks to Goku's quick reflexes with Ultra Instinct. Even after missing the first attack, the Clown God doesn't give up and advances to try other attacks, all of which prove ineffective against Goku's formidable defensive abilities. Vegeta retreats through the sky while exchanging blows with Beerus and Champa, at the same time defending and counterattacking the Twin God strikes. Sidra arrives from behind to attack, unable to defend against attacks from the front and the attack from behind. He escapes from between them, moving a few meters away. However, Hellas takes advantage of this opening, firing an arrow at the Saiyan God. He instinctively turns, putting his arm in front of his body, inadvertently having his forearm pierced by the goddess's arrow. Following this, she extends her hand towards Vegeta, releasing an energy wave that sends him from the sky to the ground. Once Vegeta is on the ground, Hellas fires another arrow in his direction, but suddenly, this single arrow of hers multiplies into dozens of other arrows. When Vegeta realizes it, a rain of arrows is coming in his direction. Seeing that Vegeta was in danger, Goku, who was exchanging blows with Belmod, pushes him back with a punch, and then points his hand at Vegeta to teleport him away, allowing Hellas's arrow rain to only pierce the ground. Taking advantage of Goku's distraction, Moscow approaches from behind and attempts to grab him in his hands, just as he did with Beerus in the Battle of the Gods. However, Goku is cleverer, simply escaping Moscow's grip by jumping over his hands and delivering a spinning kick. Belmod comes from behind to strike Goku, but Vegeta flies in from the side, rushing at the Clown God and carrying him away. Vegeta takes Belmod to a mountain where they collide with the God of Destruction of Universe 11, getting stuck among the rocks. But as Vegeta was about to deliver a punishing series of punches to Belmod, his ki noose wraps around his forearm. This ki noose was thrown by Liquor, who pulls Vegeta toward him with force and lands a knee to the Saiyan's face. Afterward, Likir starts spinning Vegeta with his ki noose and then hurls him in the direction of Rumshi. Rumshi grabs Vegeta in midair and descends with him headfirst toward the ground, making Vegeta hit the ground headfirst and dangle like a nail. Next, Arak attacks, unleashing a rain of ki spheres toward him, hitting Vegeta and creating numerous explosions, turning the terrain into a battlefield. While Goku was exchanging blows with Champa and Iwan, he saw what happened to Vegeta and shouted in concern for him. This distraction was enough for Iwan's punch to land, followed by Champa's kick and then Jin's flying kick, who arrived to attack vigorously. After being knocked back by Jin's flying kick, Goku started launching several ki blasts at the 3 gods, but the 3 Hakaishans evaded them well. Quaitella approached from behind Goku to attempt a sneak attack, but he managed to notice and dodge, starting a quick exchange of blows with Quaitella, who soon received support from Hellas. Exchanging blows from the Universe 2 goddess and the Universe 4 god, Goku is forced to retreat. Arak takes advantage of this to attack Goku from behind, but then Vegeta appears in front of Goku, blocking the attack from the God of Destruction from Universe 5. He angrily says that he will pay for that barrage of attacks just a while ago. Vegeta lands a super strong punch on Arak and then unleashes a series of ki spheres against him. Unfortunately, Sidra intervenes, protecting his comrade with a shield. "Damn it!" Vegeta exclaims. At one point, Goku catches Quaitella's kick and hurls him toward Vegeta while shouting a warning. Vegeta receives the Rat God thrown at him with a kick, sending Quaitella flying and returning in Goku's direction. Goku avoids Quaitella, letting him pass by and hit Hellas, who was coming to continue the attack. Goku and Vegeta stand back to back, assuming their combat stances, both heavily panting. Vegeta tells Goku that he attempted to use forced spirit fission to rid the gods of Cumber's energy, but he couldn't. That damn guy may have used the Dragon Balls in some way that made them immune to my ability, he supposes, annoyed. It looks like there's no way around it. Vegeta, we'll have to defeat them the old-fashioned way, Goku says. Vegeta remarks that facing all 12 of them at once is very complicated, since as they are under Cumber's energy control, their movements are much more coordinated than they would normally be. Meanwhile, Goku and Vegeta don't have a good synergy. Goku agrees and mentions that fighting all 12 at once is very difficult, because the battle becomes chaotic and unpredictable, affecting Vegeta more, who doesn't have reflexes as sharp as his. Goku suggests that they split up, thus separating the gods. Perhaps it's easier to face half of them individually than all of them together. Vegeta agrees with the idea. In no time, they are surrounded again by the 12 gods. Vegeta tells Goku that they should fight elsewhere, and the one who wins first can come to fight Cumber. Goku likes the idea of this competition, and so he agrees and says he will win this bet for sure. Both Goku and Vegeta use instant transmission, disappearing from the gods' view, and leaving them very surprised. Goku and Vegeta reappear on distant planets, each going to the corner of the universe, getting as far away from planet Cumber as possible. They start emanating their powers with great intensity, purposefully letting the gods on planet Cumber sense their energies. Cumber, who was observing everything from his castle, also feels their power and understands what they're trying to do. The Saiyan King laughs, saying that these two are very interesting guys. Cumber then allows the gods to slip up to go after the two Saiyans, and so they do, with 6 going to each side. In the northern hemisphere of the universe, Vegeta waits for his opponents on the planet, where he decides to begin his battle, a barren desert-like planet. In no time, his 6 opponents arrive, having traveled a long stretch of the universe. The 6 Hakaishins who will face Vegeta and Sidra, Mosca, Quitella, Champa, Beerus, and Iwan. Seeing his 6 opponents, Vegeta smiles with satisfaction and says it will be a lot of fun to destroy all of them. In the southern hemisphere of the universe, on a completely frozen planet, Goku awaits his opponents. The wait is not long as they arrive extremely quickly. Jin, Likir, Arak, Helles, Rumshi, and Belmod will be his opponents. Seeing these 6, Goku is a bit disappointed that Beerus didn't come to fight him, but he remembers that in the other reality, he already fought Beerus, so it's only fair that Vegeta fights him this time. In the face of the 6 gods of destruction, Vegeta begins to emanate his energy, creating a powerful purple aura. The other destroyers do the same, but their auras are not just purple, they also have a dark tone due to Cumber's malevolent power. Champa is the first to attack, heading straight for Vegeta at full speed. However, Vegeta doesn't just stand there waiting, he charges against the Hakaishin of Universe 6, intercepting his advance with a knee to the face that sends Champa tumbling. Right behind Champa comes Quitella, whose punch is caught by Vegeta. In retaliation, Quitella receives a counter kick that sends him flying high into the air. The third to approach is Beerus, who manages to strike Vegeta with a kick that hurls the Saiyan Hakaishin to the ground, making him bounce several times before regaining his stance. Following this, he is surrounded by Sidra and Moscow, who approach from the sides, delivering several blows against the Saiyan god. Vegeta does his best to evade, causing the ground to be crushed where he once stood. As he moves away, he fails to notice Iwan closing in from behind. He is then hit by a barrage of ki blasts. While Vegeta is bombarded by Iwan's multiple attacks, Quitella advances with a direct punch to his stomach, followed by a chin-kicking kick that sends Vegeta soaring. While in the air, he is now hit by Sidra, who throws him to the side with a kick, right where Moscow was already prepared to hit him with a double punch that works like a real sledgehammer that throws Vegeta back to the ground. Just as he goes straight against a knee from Champa, which hits him in the stomach and makes him vomit his own blood at the moment of impact. After landing the knee, Champa lands another blow that launches Vegeta towards Beerus, who was already waiting for him, with a sphere of concentrated energy in his hand, and throws the sphere against the Saiyan, who hits the target at the same time as he unleashes a gigantic explosion. After enduring the explosion, Vegeta is launched to the other side of the planet, clearly considerably injured. After getting up, he shows great anger, and then begins to unleash even more of his power, vowing that these damn guys will pay. On the frozen planet, Goku soars through the sky, dodging multiple energy attacks fired by his 6 opponents. At one point, he surprises everyone by instantly teleporting behind Likir and trying to hit him with an energy beam. Likir avoids it thanks to his reflexes, but Helles, who was nearby, ends up being hit. After dodging, Likir advances to attack Goku, but his blow is evaded and countered with a kick by Goku, launching Likir towards Rumshi, who was close behind. Rumshi avoids liquor but leaves an opening for Goku to land a full-fledged kick to the face. Belmod, Arak, and Jin arrive simultaneously to strike Goku. He struggles to defend himself and evade their attacks, but ends up taking some hits from them. At one point, Goku manages to hold back a punch from Jin and another from Arak, and then he fires a wave of ki from his mouth that knocks away Belmod, who was about to punch him. After pushing Belmod away, Goku dodges a kick from both Jin and Arak, who executed this attack to make him release his grip. Dodging these kicks while disappearing from both of them at high speed, Goku reappears shortly after, landing a kick that sends Jin flying and then advances against Arak with a series of blows. After pressing the Hakaishin for a few fractions of seconds, Goku manages to get a gap, lands a series of blows on him, and then throwing him away to attack with a Kamehameha. But his Kamehameha is deflected by a blow from Rumshi, who steps in front, protecting Arak, and then counter-attacking with an energy shot that Goku needs to dodge. Darn, it's exhausting dealing with all these guys, he thinks. Goku notices a massive concentration of power coming from Jin, who emits a huge aura of destruction energy while undergoing a transformation process. The God of Destruction of Universe 12 begins to grow very thick scales on his body. Scales so thick they resemble natural armor. At the same time, his claws almost double in size, and the destroyer displays a much wilder and menacing appearance. What's this? Goku wonders, amazed by it. Jin advances against him in a much more ferocious way, attacking with a series of punches and kicks that made Goku step back due to the immense force and speed. This guy became much stronger in an instant. Goku observes while dealing surprise with the attacks of the destroyer. A rain of energy shots from Champa falls towards Vegeta. He prevents the attacks from reaching him by firing an equal amount of energy, causing multiple explosions between the sky and the ground. After so many energy collisions, Champa starts to have a disadvantage, until he starts to be targeted by multiple attacks from Vegeta and hit by a series of explosions. Iwan steps up behind the Saiyan to attack, but Vegeta releases a power aura to push away the Hakaishin of Universe 1. Seeing Moscow approaching, Vegeta uses instant transmission to appear in front of him, touching the robotic body of the Universe 3 Hakaishin and engulfs him in a wave of power. Next, Vegeta receives a series of blows from Beerus, but he finds an opening to counterattack, striking with an attack that hurls the Universe 7 Hakaishin far away. He then deals with the God of Universe 4, who arrives with a chest punch that Vegeta feels but resists well. He counters with an attack that also sends Quetella flying. Sidra is next, arriving from behind Vegeta, landing a flying kick, but to the Universe 9 God of Destruction's surprise, Vegeta doesn't even flinch. Turning to face the 9th Universe God behind him, Vegeta smiles at him insanely. The massacre begins. Vegeta starts advancing against Sidra, delivering a series of extremely heavy punches to the other Hakaishin. While mercilessly striking Sidra, Vegeta says, "Each of your attacks only serves to increase my anger and make me stronger. My desire for destruction only grows, and my body becomes stronger and more resilient with every strike." One of Vegeta's punches simply pierces Sidra's abdomen, and at the same time, Vegeta comments, "Among the gods, you have the best defense, and I know why." Sidra attempts to react with a punch toward Vegeta, but the Saiyan grabs his hand and then breaks it. While doing so, he continues, "You are the best defense simply because, compared to the other gods, your attack power is a joke." Vegeta removes his hand from Sidra's abdomen and then grabs his neck, beginning to strangle him. "The blow of a weak god like you will no longer cause any pain to me." But to Vegeta's surprise, words come out of Sidra's mouth. "Weak god?" he repeats. "What? Can you understand me?" Vegeta asks. Sidra begins to emanate even more power, pushing Vegeta away abruptly. "What's going on now?" Vegeta questions, annoyed. Sidra screams as his aura of power starts to boil in an intensely different way. His muscles gloriously grow in an instant, revealing a muscular mass that would make any bodybuilder envious. His hair also grows, significantly increasing in length and taking on a spiker appearance. The God of Destruction of Universe 9 has just revealed his final form, containing all of his power. Sidra attacks with voracity. The blow is a punch that Vegeta attempts to defend against, but the other Hakaishin's first pierces his block and embeds itself into his ribs, causing the Saiyan God to grimace in pain. "What kind of strength is this?" Vegeta questions. The next punch goes directly to his face, causing Vegeta to literally traverse the planet from one side to the other. In the place of Zeno, the almighty deity watches the battles taking place alongside Daishinken and his guards. They observe through a hologram created by Daishinken. Zeno is very surprised to see what's happening to Vegeta and mentions that, based on what Vegeta said, Sidra was weak in terms of offense. Shinken explains that this is the common perception, but things are not as they seem. The Grand Priest reveals that indeed in the past, Sidra wasn't as good as offense compared to the other gods of destruction, which led to him being ridiculed by other deities. Ashamed of his low attack power, Sidra secretly trained to strengthen his offensive abilities. After many years, he developed a transformation in which he concentrates all his power into his muscles, drastically increasing his attack power. This is what he's using against Vegeta now. With his hand on Vegeta's face, Sidra carries him through the sky until they reach a rock, where he presses the Saiyan God's face against the rocks. While pressing Vegeta's face into the rocks, Sidra simply releases a high amount of destruction energy, obliterating the entire region. Vegeta falls a bit further, his face heavily injured from the attack he just received. "Curse it, this guy's power increased suddenly," the Saiyan complains. Goku exchanges blows with Jin in the sky, and he's under a lot of pressure from the Hakaishin's attacks. At one point, Goku sees an opening and strikes with a punch, but his hand is simply cut on the god Triton's scale. "Darn! Besides protecting him, this scale also hurts me," Goku observes. The longer they fight, the less Goku can dodge, defend, and counterattack, starting to be hit successively by the god of destruction of Universe 12. One blow sends Goku into a glacier, trapping him in the ice. Next, Jin advances with a claw attack, from which Goku can only escape thanks to instant transmission. As soon as Jin's attack hits the glacier, it simply cuts it in half. After missing this physical attack, Jin starts making various claw attack movements towards Goku, manifesting in energy destruction claws that, when Goku dodges, hit the glaciers behind him, cutting them at the same time, making them disappear. "This is dangerous," Goku comments, witnessing the power of the attack. Suddenly, he's trapped in an energy prison. "What?" Goku exclaims, caught completely off guard. Belmont is the one responsible, facing him with a malicious smile. Behind Goku but far away, Hellas points her bow at him, begins to prepare a very powerful shot, and finally Jin, concentrating all his power, forms a sphere full of destruction energy. At the same time, Jin launches his power sphere and Hellas fires her shot. Goku thinks quickly and then he teleports, but that's not all. Jin takes his place. Before the god of destruction of Universe 12 could react, Hellas' arrow goes through his body and then his own attack hits him. A massive explosion of destruction energy can be seen from space, destroying that planet and making all nearby celestial bodies tremble. In the aftermath of the explosion, there's no trace left on the planet, creating an extra space in the vacuum. That space is where the gods of destruction are all gathered. All of them except Jin, who was destroyed by his own attack. Goku reappears with instant transmission, sighing in relief and grateful that he had the idea to teleport Jin to his place to receive those deadly attacks at the last moment. From the sky to the ground, Vegeta falls, his body being dragged across the ground due to the force of the attack he just received. With pain, Vegeta gets up, recognizing that Sidra's raw power is much greater than he could have imagined. Looking up, he sees Sidra staring at him, breathless with rage. "Darn! You want a contest of attack power? Then let's do it." Impatiently, Vegeta concentrates his power, while creating several electric bursts around him with the color of destructive energy. He's preparing a Gallic gun. Sidra accepts the challenge and extends both hands, concentrating a high amount of power. The two attack. When the two powers collide, a shockwave spreads across the entire planet, cracking its surface. Competing to see who has more power, Vegeta occasionally gains the advantage, while at other times Sidra does. The other gods watch from a distance as they didn't want to interfere in this battle. While maintaining the contest, Vegeta begins to sweat as he thinks, "Darn, I'm making an unnecessary effort against this guy." Sidra screams, exerting all his effort in the contest, beginning to push Vegeta's energy more and more, causing Vegeta to lose ground until the attack reaches the Saiyan God. The planet simply explodes, releasing a shockwave that echoes throughout the surroundings, disturbing the balance of nearby celestial bodies. But when the explosion subsides, a curious scene can be seen. Sidra didn't kill Vegeta. On the contrary, he has his chest pierced by the Saiyan's arm, who made an attack from behind. Smiling, Vegeta says, "I let you win that contest on purpose so that you would lower your guard, and I could attack in a deadly way. In the end, you, known for having the best defense of all gods, lost because you forgot to maintain a good defense. How pathetic." Vegeta removes his hand from Sidra's body, then extends the other hand and says, "Hakai," making the god of destruction of the 9th universe's body disappear. But that was just the beginning. Looking around, Vegeta sees the other 5 enemies surrounding him again. The battle of Goku and Vegeta against the gods of destruction has begun. 2 of the Hakaishins have already been eliminated, but there are still 10 left to defeat. Will Goku and Vegeta be able to defeat all the gods? And what powers do these deities hide? Find out in the next episode of Dragon Ball Shinken.